My inspiration for you all who are listening is to find something you really are excited about. And that can be really anything. It doesn't have to be within your domain experience or your educational background, but something that really gets you up and excited. Because if you stick to your knitting, if you stick to the way that you're indigenously creative about something that excites you, you won't do wrong. You'll find paths to success. I mean, success kind of evolves and comes. And I can't sit here and say, you know, I'm successful or I'm not successful. I'm happy though. I'm happy waking up every morning knowing that I get to go to work and I get to work in an exciting environment and I can be impactful and I can have discussions and exciting conversations with people in and out of my industry. And I have the ability and the empowerment to do things because I have the vested responsibility of people that are my peers and supervisors. So I think, you know, if you can walk away feeling like I'm excited about this one thing that I love doing, stick to it, focus on it without distraction, and pour yourself into it for the next 2 years of your life. Because if anything, you might end up not making it, whatever that is, but you'll have spent 2 years of your life knowing what it's like to be focused and powerfully persuaded by your own conscientious and your own love of wanting to do something. Because passion is far more creative and far more, you know, contagious than anything else I can think of. I was once being interviewed for a position, and they asked me if I had to design a portal and create anything that I would want to create as a theme, what would it be? What would you know, design your own portal? And I didn't even think about the answer. It came so intuitively to me that I shocked myself even after the interview. I said, love. I said, if I could create something that within 5 minutes of me waking up would gravitate me to that, whatever it was, my phone, a page on a site, something, if I could create that association with love, that would be almost like a supersonic magical moment. So I think we all know what that is individually, and we just need to figure out a way to get it out there in an expressive way that other people can share.
Kim?
I would say 2 things. So speak up. You can't accomplish anything if you are not vocal and you're not inquisitive. So, and I know often people have a hard time figuring out, how do I break into the conversation? Or maybe I don't know everything that they know, so I won't say it now. Generally, those are very bad voices in your head that have to be squelched. So you need to speak up and figure out how that works for you. But then I would say lift others up. So this, you know, business is a team sport. And when you lift others up, they will lift you up. And the further you go, the more and more that's true. That it's a team sport. You can't do it alone. And so you should cultivate relationships that are positive and productive for you and for everyone that you're having a relationship with.
So now this is hard now because all the good stuff's been taken. So I'm going to give the opposite of speak up, which I totally believe and have to really consciously practice myself. Speaking up and asking for what I want is to listen. I think we wait our turn to speak far too often rather than really taking in. And especially when you are in a position when you, because being inquisitive to me is everything. That's like the inventor's engine. And never waste a moment. Well, if you don't have the Amazon Fresh service, you're waiting in line at the grocery store. Never waste a moment thinking about how maybe this could be more efficient or more beautiful, or my 8-year-old has an inventor's journal, and her thing of the month is alarm clocks, and her latest alarm clock has pancakes that flip into your mouth and water that goes on your head, and you know, it shines a light. And I was like, this is really interesting. And so her name is Quincy. So we sat down and I was like, so, you know, why all this stuff? And to tease out like her specs for the system really helped me. So the next, she was like, well, you're hungry in the morning, and I'm tired, and I need to shower anyway, so the water and the cold, and it shocks me, and if I'm shocked, then I'm out of bed. I said, won't you be in a bad mood? Oh, but there's a towel. She had answers for everything. So I went in the next day, and I was reviewing a system for privacy engineering, and it was kind of the same thing of like, well, we're collecting this data about our customers and through the mobile device, and we're doing this, and and I said, okay, well, why are you doing this? And I thought, you haven't listened. Are you hungry in the morning? Do you need to be woken up? How do we delight you more? Everything has a function. Listen to my 8-year-old. She's going to design the system better than you are. So listen, take your advice everywhere. Don't forget the artists and the musicians and the people who are wired completely different from yourself, because I think that, to me, is the love engine. Those people inspire me. Like, I am the most clumsy, non-musical person. It's like magic when people do what just comes naturally to them. And what I do is magic to them. And so I think that's the magic of it all. Listen really well, follow your heart, which sounds very trite, but I haven't spoken to an elderly person who didn't say that was exactly their number one piece of advice, is really follow your heart. Don't do things for your parents, don't do things for your spouse, don't do things for, don't live as a narcissist. Those people are most of the male CEOs, but just